The new parts have arrived from the factory without issue. They'll be fitted to the car in time for the next session.
Alright, hey, what's going on, guys? Rents the Fence back again, and finally, a new F1 2018 video, career mode. Let's go upgrade the car. We got a new upgrade in the car, and let's see what we can do. Gonna get some durability going? Yeah, why not? Durability is always important, and
Welcome to Monaco
let's go.
For this weekend's Formula One Grand Prix. It's a race that is truly steeped in history, but before the drivers turn their attention to winning, they first need to get through today's tricky practice session.
Monaco, one of my most favorite tracks. It's really just about not making any mistakes. We go through the motions and practice once again, making sure we get acclimated to the track, seeing where we can find some time, and as you can tell right now, we're hitting all of our marks to the fullest of our potential. Decent lap so far, and as we do, you know, our tire wear and things like that, just trying to feel it out. Haven't really touched a Formula One car in a little while, so for me it's kind of getting back in the saddle once again, and right now it looks pretty good. Nothing really concerning so far, as we're going to come around and complete the tire wear lap, and right there in the purple, as you can tell, very good lap. Fuel saving, the first lap really didn't go as well, but it normally takes me 1 or 2 laps to really get going. Monaco is such a difficult track when it comes to just making sure everything, you know, is where you need it to be, and currently at the moment, I'm feeling pretty confident. The car is feeling great. It's a little slidey on some of the exits, but we'll take that as fuel saving looks great, as we almost get memed by Lewis Hamilton, but that's fine. We're good. No harm, no foul, no blood. Right there is, now we're on the ERS management. Gotta love practice. So much to do in such a short amount of time in our practice sessions, but cannot complain, as so far so good in our Haas automation machine for Haas F1. And boom, there we go. As now we're going to go into our race run, and look at that, pretty good. And there we go, practice over.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy. You spent a lot of time on the track during practice. Does the car have enough reliability to sustain that?
Yeah, of course. Our power unit's great.
You left some body work out there on the track. Were you struggling for grip?
It'll buff out. Just get a toilet plunger.
Great. Well, that's everything.
Great. Thank you. See ya.
We're here at the magical Circuit de Monaco for one of the most challenging qualifying sessions on the Formula One calendar. Who can add their name to the illustrious list of Monte Carlo pole sitters here today?
Alright guys, time for qualifying. Let's see where we can land, because Monaco is such about your position, and qualifying is so important here. It's one of the biggest qualifying runs of the year because of how tight and narrow this street circuit is, and as you can tell right now, pretty clean track for us, using every little bit of track that we can find. Going through the swimming pool section right now, just making sure we don't, just barely tagged the Armco, but we're fine. As we come all around to complete our lap, it's going to be P2 at the moment, 1:12.82, not a bad lap. Now let's wait, put another set of hyper softs on, and wait for the track to kind of clear up a little bit, and unfortunately we couldn't get a better lap,
Is all set then for the
so
race tomorrow. But before
we'll qualify
we go,
5th.
Let's quickly remind ourselves of our top 3, who are Vettel, Raikkonen and Lewis Hamilton.
Well done. That was a good qualifying performance.
A proper road race, and in the true meaning of the word. That was how Mr. Monaco, the late great Graham Hill, once described this iconic event. The cars we drive have come a long way in the intervening half-century, but still we race on those same public roads beside the Mediterranean Sea. There's no victory more coveted than that of the Monaco Grand Prix. We already see the lowest average speeds of the season here at the Circuit de Monaco, and they'll be even lower in the difficult conditions today. 19 corners make up this famous 2-mile track, and with the rain, it'll be even harder than usual to get that critical heat into the tyres. Don't be surprised if we see a safety car at some point during the Grand Prix. So before the off, Let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. Sebastian Vettel will start on pole. Fantastic qualifying from the multiple world champion. And Kimi Raikkonen completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Bottas, Brown and Ricciardo, Sainz, Alonso, Hulkenberg and Stoffel van Dorn, Leclerc, Verstappen, Esteban Ocon and Gasly, Perez, Stroll, Brendan Hartley and Marcus Ericsson. Magnussen, they've taken a grid penalty and Sergei Sirotkin rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Okay, don't try anything silly into one. It's going to be crazy in there. Just do your best to stay out of trouble.
Okie dokie, Artichoke, you got it, man. Let's send it. Send it like Senna. Here we go, guys. Lights are coming on. We're going to be in lean revs to start, and the Monaco Grand Prix is underway. We're in 5th spot. We're going to try to get a good launch, and we do. Side by side with Hamilton as we're just going to squeeze out to the right-hand side, not trying to hit him. We've made slight contact with Hamilton's Mercedes. We're up into P3 now, and the 2 Ferraris ahead of us are absolutely squabbling. We're not even a lap into the event, and they're side by side hitting each other. The visibility is poor. It's raining. It's Monaco in the rain. It's so much fun.
That's a good start. Keep it up.
Thanks, buddy. I'm going to keep it up, and there we go. We get around Kimi Raikkonen. We are now into P2 as we're going to go try to track down Sebastian Vettel. And good start so far. Very good launch off the line, and what the biggest thing is we've been practicing all weekend long in the dry conditions. So going into the wet conditions, totally different ball game. The car was set up for dry conditions, so it's going to be a little sketchy out there as we are going to complete this first lap. Just trying to find the right amount of risk to take and put it right on the limit, as we're going to try to keep pace with the 4 times Formula 1 world champion. And a little bounce off the arm code, no harm, no foul, no blood on the circuit. We're good for right now, and as we're going to come around to complete this very first lap, we're going to keep right in tow with the German driver. And guys, I think if we can keep this pace up, we might have a shot at getting this race win if we can just keep our head on straight as the first lap's complete. And let's see if we can keep on him, and we kind of did. We kind of just stayed right in his tire tracks the entire time I was following him, just trying to hound him every single lap, making sure that, you know, we don't really give him a chance to breathe, because the moment we kind of let him go is the moment we really lose this race. And it's so important with track position to stay right with him and just see where you can make that move. And as you guys can currently tell, we are all over him like a bad, cheap suit. We are not letting him go, and just on his rear wing. Not enough to get side by side, but just enough just to put pressure on him as we go back up through turn 1, up the hill. And it's just so difficult with the rain as we're fighting for grip, but we're also fighting for position through the hairpin you see right here, staying right with him. And right there we go. Squeezing it. We're fine. Don't worry about it. We're going to go into the tunnel, out, brake as deep as we can, and we're going to try to lunge right here. We're going to get right up there. We overshoot it, but he's going to get a little wide. Ooh, we almost made contact.
We're monitoring somewhere on the ICE. Be aware that we will start to see a loss of power.
We almost became a toaster strudel right there, as now we have problems with the engine, so we didn't upgrade any components on the engine or anything for this race because it's Monaco. So I thought, why don't we just take a gamble and risk and don't upgrade anything, because if you have to upgrade and go to the back like our teammate, it's really hard to come back from that. So we're going to kind of keep out there and see what we can do to the best of our ability with the engine and part failure that's starting to go, as now we are in the lead of the Monaco Grand Prix, trying to get our first Monaco Grand Prix win. And right there, as you can tell,
that's a new fastest lap for the race.
Bada bang, bada boom, 125.061, the fast lap of the race so far, and we're not going to slow down anytime soon. We need to keep putting distance between us
we're
and the Ferraris.
The rated limits on the MGU-H. The power unit is going to be more prone to overheating.
Oh, great, awesome. Can't wait. Can I get the Ferrari engine from this past weekend, and it just is cooling so well that it doesn't really work that well? Oh boy, as we're gonna go complete the 7th lap of the Grand Prix. As you can tell, guys, the laps are getting faster as we progress, and we're in wet conditions.
Okay,
we're still going.
behind is 2.1 seconds.
There we go. 2-second gap. That's still not comfortable. You're not comfortable with the lead here at Monaco until the checkered flag falls. Just ask Ayrton Senna that.
Good job.
1:24.69.
Lap of the race so far. We're leading our
Nice.
teammate by 42.1 seconds.
There we go.
We're accumulating some wear on the MGUK. To manage this, we'll need to lower our ERS deployment mode.
Man, everything is failing. It's like one thing after another, after another, after another. But here's the weird part. We're still going purple. We're still going faster even with the parts failure, which I found really interesting because you would think that we'd be falling back to the Ferraris and Hamilton behind, but we're staying right on pace. We're actually gapping Sebastian with this engine issue. Even this lap, I mean, it's just like we're purple every single time, it feels like.
4.0 seconds.
And we're up 4 seconds. We're up 4 seconds with this issue, so, you know, I said, to hell with it, and then all of a sudden...
Be careful with the front wing. You've taken some minor damage.
You don't
We're looking
say!
at some gearbox wear, trying to keep your number of shifts to a minimum.
Oh, man, you gotta be kidding me. Alright, Sorokin, please get out of our way. I don't need a rolling roadblock right now. If we're already losing time with the engine, then we in the gearbox, we need you to move. As I'm going to give him a big lunge up the corner. I can't wait any longer. It's blue flag. Blue flag. Kind of give him a little nudge. Didn't mean to get into him, but I had to go. Broken front wing isn't great either with the damage we have, so we're just hoping to kind of stay in the lead and maintain our advantage. As you can tell, the rear tires are getting lit up with how I'm driving this car, but so far we're in the lead. So the laps start to wind down in this one, guys. We're looking for our first Monaco Grand Prix victory. It's been a really good season for Haas F1 so far that I've been driving for. So as you can tell right here, the gap is starting to come down. If you can tell by the relative between us and Sebastian, that's 0.4 of a second in the first sector. So we're starting to slow down. We're starting to give up our...
The turbocharger is on its last legs. Let's try to keep mileage on it to a minimum.
Oh, come on. All right, yeah, as I'm saying, we're starting to fall back to him. Right here, 3.2. It's falling ever so slightly. Right here, bada bang, bada boom, 2.5. It is coming down. I am literally pushing as hard as I can because I know he will catch us if I keep going at this pace and not trying to do everything I can. 2 seconds. He bit another 0.5 out of that. Here we go again. I mean, it's just like...
behind is 1.7 seconds.
There's 1.7 seconds. I mean, I can't do anything more than that. I mean, it's kind of hard to keep a lead together. I feel like Daniel Ricciardo from this past year's Monaco Grand Prix. As now we catch our teammate Kevin Magnussen, and K-Mag is going to let us go through. No ball sucking today, mate. Thank you so much, as we're going to get up to Lance Stroll, the other back-marking Williams, and as we start to wind into the last 2 laps of the race, something interesting started to happen. I needed to get in front of the lap cars, and it was actually being a benefit to us because it was holding up the Ferraris.
This heavy rain will be with us for a while now.
I mean,
this is your final lap of the race.
Final lap, guys, and the rain's here to stay, obviously, as we've caught a choo-choo train.
Our excess fuel. We'll be back on target soon. Don't wait too long to turn the engine down.
We caught a choo-choo train, so we're going to go up the inside of Ericsson. We're going to squeeze him. I had no choice. I have to go now. I can't stay behind that truly train. We get through.
And as we go through fuel now, the tank is empty.
And as we go through the swimming pool section and up through the final corners, guys, here we go. Bada bang, bada boom. We're getting the trophy in the room. Checkered flag. P1, we win the Monaco Grand Prix.
Driving. That's the race win.
A great win then for the Haas team today. So, Ant, how exactly exactly did they set themselves apart from the pack today?
It's a heroic effort for any driver to race in conditions like these, and seeing them fight their way to the front was very special indeed. They were able to find all the grip, all the good lines, and have the confidence to get on the power to top it all off. That's what pushed them into first place here today.
Our drivers are making their way out for the podium celebrations, and it's going to be Haas picking up the winner's trophy. Congratulations to the entire team for coming out on top in that amazing Grand Prix. And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the Drivers' Table. Sebastian Vettel takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship after that excellent result. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day? And here's how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Ferrari extend their lead at the top of the championship. Meanwhile, Renault move up the table with another strong performance this weekend. It was great having you with us for this weekend. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Until next time though, goodbye.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy. How are you feeling after that win? You were cutting your way through the field during the race. You must be happy with the result today. Things are looking up after last week, aren't they? Great! Well, that's everything.
Man, oh man, oh man, what an exciting Monaco Grand Prix, guys. Sorry it's taken so long to get the new F1 video out, but we finally got it out. There'll be more coming. Do not worry, there are more coming. We're beating our teammate in the rivalry. We're getting the resource points. We're getting what we needed for the car. It is fantastic when things go your way, and what a great start to the season. I mean, we're, what, top 5 in points, so we're right there. We're in the thick of it. We're 10 points back of Sebastian Vettel, and as you can tell, reputation through the roof. Well, guys, that's going to do it for our F1 2018 gameplay for the career mode. Don't worry, more videos are coming. Please stick around. I'll see you guys soon. See you in Canada.
Say congrats on the podium. It's thoroughly deserved. We were sweating those last few laps on the pit wall, but you brought it home.